peso a year industry ang BFP. Kasama dyan ang promotion, ang acceptance, ang promotion, ang fire extinguisher, ang sprinkler, at iba-iba pang mga racket sa loob ng BFP. The BFP became a criminal syndicate instead of a law enforcement and a first responder syndicate. Through the efforts of General Kwang Chu, much reforms have been made. Today, this is the first step to showing you how serious we are in changing and improving the situation. To explain to you the arrest and what has happened is CIDG Chief Morico.
Good morning. On August 24, 2026 at 7:15 p.m., an operation was conducted by CIDG Regional Field Unit 3 against Bureau of Fire personnel, female, for accepting bribe money in the amount of 300,000 pesos so that the complainant can be accepted sa Bureau of Fire Protection as a Fire Officer 1. The suspect was identified as a certain Senior Fire Officer 1 Abigail Hermosora. She is 32 years old. Right now, he is under custody by the CIDG, and a case was already referred to the prosecutor's office for on August 26, 2026, wherein robbery extortion in relation to Republic Act number 10175 or the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012 was referred to the Office of the City Prosecutor of San Fernando City, Pampanga. Thank you, sir.
Ang case status niya ay criminal case robbery and extortion, Republic Act 10175, filed before the City Prosecutor of San Fernando, Pampanga. Hindi lang po natapos to dito. We are going after the entire institution, all the rotten eggs. To explain to you the reforms inside the BFP is General Kwang Chu, Acting Chair of BFP.
Good morning, General Rico Cuantio, the officer in charge of the Bureau of Fire Protection. When I assume office as the officer in charge of the BFP, the instructions of the Secretary is very clear to eradicate all forms of corruptions and anomalies. Hindi lang po doon sa issue ng fire extinguisher. Kung natatandaan niyo po, nagtanggal tayo ng 902 fire safety inspectors to tell the men and women of the BFP that we are very serious on this move of cleansing the agency of anomalies and corruption. Tumuloy pa po tayo dito sa ating recruitment process. Alam niyo po, napakatagal na ang kwento ng anomalya pagpasok sa BFP, yung tinatawag po nilang slot for sale. Ginawa natin, nagkaroon tayo ng makinarya, mekanismo, kung paano na mabawasan or maalis talaga itong ganitong stigma sa aming ahensya. Yung recruitment po natin ay e-hiring online, system-generated po yung mga result. However, meron pa rin pong ganitong sistema dahil nga po pag nag-i-evolve ang proseso ng isang ahensya, yung mga gumagawa po ng anomalya ay nag-i-evolve din at gumagawa ng paraan. Just very unfortunate for the BFP, who is trying its best na ma-reforma natin ang ating ahensya with instructions of the Secretary to institute organizational reform for the entire agency that includes recruitment and promotion. Lumabas po itong issue na to at ito po ay awakening sa aming lahat na may papupuntahan po tayo kung gagawa tayo ng anomalya. And also to the applicants of the BFP, inuulit ko po, Walang bayad ang pagpasok sa aming ahensya. Libre po to, magsumikap kayo kung kayo ay karapat-dapat matanggap. Subalit kung pumasok kayo sa ganitong anomalya, may paglalagyan din po kayo. At ito po ay napakagandang pagkakataon. No? I commend the courage of that applicant by telling and reporting the matter to the BFP. Napakaganda po na i-report niya sa fire station, na i-report sa Provincial Fire Office, nakarating po sa Regional Office at naisagawa po itong entrapment operation na hindi ho nasunog, hindi ho pumutok. Ibig pong sabihin, ito po ay seryosong ginagawa na ng aming ahensya na lahat po ng ganitong bagay ay dapat may kahahantungan. At ito nga po, na-aresto natin and she's now placed under the custody of sa CIDG at yung naman pong involved senior officer was relieved last August 26 and he was placed in Pihaw in the National Headquarters.
The Secretary is now ready to accept questions from the media.
On the final statement, binabalaan ko na ang lahat ng opisyal ng BFP. Lumabas na kayo ngayon at umamin kayo o habulin namin kayo hanggang matapos ang career nyo. Ang inimbestigahan namin ngayon ay lumagpas ng 200 tao na tungkol sa slots for sale. Again, I am warning you. I am serious and I will go after all of you. Hindi ako matitigil hanggang makulong kayo lahat, matanggal sa serbisyo at kung ano man kasama na ihatol sa inyo ng batas ay hindi po ako titigil. We will clean this organization. Nakikita nyo ng DILG family ay magkasama rito. Ang CIDG ang siyang tinakbuhan ng BFP para ayusin to. At kami lahat ay magkakasama dito, united to end the culture of corruption that was pervasive in the DILG before, and we are very serious about cleaning up the entire institution. I will now take your questions.
Ms. Leia Ilaghan from UNTV.
Morning, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, doon sa mahigit 200 na iniimbestigahan na po, ano po ang pinakamataas na rank?
Ang pinakamas mataas sa ranggo po ay ang kasalukuyang head ng BFP, si General Kwan Chu. Hindi, loko lang. Loko lang. Naubo kayo ron. Kinabahan kayo lahat. Kahit ito, kinabahan eh. Hindi po. Hanggang regional director po, inibistagahan namin lahat.
Sir, doon sa investigasyon ng CIDG Region 3, nabanggit niya na may kasabwat daw itong naaresto at may malaki daw papel yung kasabwat na mataas
Yes.
na opisyal sa
Yes.
recruitment. Yun na ba yun, sir?
Region 4A Director. Ngayon, concurrent Region 4A Director. DRDA pala, DRDA. DRDA ng Region 4A.
Yun, sir, yung sinasabing kasabwat?
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Leia. Alfred Dalizon, People's Journal.
Morning, Mr. Secretary.
Yes, sir.
Sir, yung napakatagal na itong issue na to.
Tagal na.
Yung
25 years nang pinag-uusapan to eh. Oo.
So, sir, paano yung mga nakapasok po sa BFP na supposed to be, hindi naman sila qualified, pero nandiyan sila ngayon dahil sa pagbayan?
Correction. Lahat yan qualified. Lahat yan, kasi may exam yan eh. May written exam, may physical exam. Pumasa lahat yan. Ang last hurdle nito ay yung, basta tao na umahawak. So all of them are physically qualified, intellectually qualified. Yung decision na lang kung sinong papasok, doon nagkakaagawan, doon nagkakabayaran. So qualified naman sila lahat.
Sir, nung Wednesday yata, sinabi ng CIDG Region 3 na random ang selection ng suspect. Nakikita niya sa Facebook pag nirelease yung list ng mga potential na papasok.
Yes.
Kaya kinukontak niya.
Yes.
Bakit ganun po?
Kasi sila ang most vulnerable eh. Only limited slots kasi ang natatanggap yan. Napakaraming qualified. So maghahanap sila ng vulnerable na gusto talaga makapasok, kukontakin yon. Ang ginamit pang alias through messenger ay Spence T. Spence T, S-P-E-N-S-T-E-E. Babae ito, babae yung si Hermosura, siya ang nag-contact. Siya pa ang hindi naghanap ng paraan yung applicant. Ang naghanap ng paraan ay yung BFP official. Sila ang kumokontak sa kanila.
Thank you, Sir Alfred. We have a follow-up question from Mr. Dan Malonzo, Sunstar.
Sir, relieve na po yung DRDA ng 4A.
They're going to be put on restrictive duty. Relieved na, again, so relieved na of position, relieved na from responsibility, pero on restrictive duty sila while the investigation is going on.
Sir, paano sila nagkaroon ng connection? Yung DRDA, sa 4A siya, tapos sa Region 3 naka-assign itong si arrested personnel po.
Doon mo nakikita ang web of corruption. Somehow, somewhere, lahat yan lumabas sa telepono ni Spence T. Ang paano ang communication nila lahat. And we suspect that in all regions in the past, nagkaroon ng ganon. But we are confident with the new system we have na wala nang bayaran para dito sa slots for sale.
Sir, last on my part, yung sinasabi niyo po na 200 personnel na under investigation for slots for sale, is this all over the country, sir?
All over the Philippines.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Dan. Ms. Karen de Guzman, ABS-CBN.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, Karen.
Sir, last time po nabanggit na meron daw pong 4 na naipasok na itong ating suspect sa loob ng BFP. Kung mapatunayan po na nasa loob na sila, ano po yung liability po nung 4 na nakapasok since corruption po siya dahil nagtumanggap?
Yes, that is being considered. Next week, nakasabi na sila sa CIDG and we will determine. They can either testify kung ano nangyari or we will charge them because we already saw conclusive links na nagbayad sila. If they testify, they can be given clemency and continue their service kasi they are much as a victim as a corruptor. Diba? As much as a victim too eh. But they have to come out with all the beans. Sabihin na nila lahat ng kalokohan, paano nangyari, sino kasama, sino nag-contact, para makita na mabuwag na namin tuluyan to. Otherwise, yung identified na nakita namin according to evidence gathered on the cell phones, lahat sila matatanggal from service and charged criminally.
Sir, prior to this incident, matindi na po yung babala po ninyo sa BFP. Actually, kayo po nag-expose ng
Yes.
corruption po nila. Pero despite of that po, bakit kaya lakas pa rin po ng loob ng mga officers po doon, ng ilang tiwali?
Kasi naghintay tayo ng bagong chief na si General Quan Chu na seryoso sa trabaho. I'd like to commend General Quan Chu. He's done a great job. He's followed instructions. But instructions cannot be, hindi pwedeng pagsabi mo, cascade next day, bago na eh. It takes time to reform. And in the 2 months ka na ba? In the 3 months that he's been there, nakikita nyo na yung epekto sa BFP. Same as General Nartates, in the 1 year that he has been here, you have seen the effects of the changes in the PNP. So it takes time, but we are serious and we are determined.
Thank you, Ms. Karen. Mark Makalalad, DZWB.
Sir, good morning. Sir, dun sa binabanggit nyo na confident kayo dun sa new system na meron kayo, sir, kailan ito, sir, implement? Kasi I understand, last February, merong
Yes.
11 na officers ng BFP from 3 regions, Region 1, Region 8, and Region 10, na nakasuhan sila, sir, dahil sa alleged involvement sa slot for sale scheme.
Yes.
So, sir, after that, ano na yung nangyari bago nakalusot itong slot for sale scheme sa Region 3?
Actually, nagiging nangyari ngayon, dati kasi, ang officers, how do I put this? Basta tao ang involved sa selection, doon nangyayari yung corruption. Pero ngayon, systems generated na kung sino qualified after their physicals, after their credentials, after all the tests, mag-generate ng names lahat yan. And those names are open, na qualified kayo for final selection. Dito pumapasok ang human intervention. Dito pumapasok ko, gusto mo makapasok, ako bahala sa'yo. Bigay ka ng ganito. In this case, 300,000 ang hiningi. Dati ko pa sinasabi sa ganyan, Umaabot siya from 100 to 800,000. At ito pa ang ano nila, yung complainant, tinanong namin kung paano siya, kung anong hiningi, 300,000. Sabi niya wala daw siyang pera. Sinabi niya kay Spensty. Ang sabi ni Spensty, okay lang yan. May AppsFly naman eh. Pwede kang umutang pagkatapos para bayaran kami. Para mabayaran mong utangan mo. So nakikita nyo, kung sa pinapanganak ka pa lang sa institution, ay corruption na pinapasok mo. Corruption ka na habang buhay, di ba? So we clean it up. Mula sa baba hanggang sa taas, this will be a massive purge. Like what we did in PNP, it will be a massive purge in the BFP as well.
Sir, if merong 200 opisyal ng BFP ang inimbestigahan ngayon, ilang case ng slot for sale ang na-refer ng BFP sa CADG, sir?
That's still under this. We will come up with you pag nakausap na namin lahat ng mga nakita namin na involved dito. Give us a week or two. Ilalabas namin. Maybe General Quanchu will give you another one na may nahuli rin kami the other month.
Gaya nga po ng sabi ng ating butig secretary, gumawa ho tayo ng reforma. Balikan ko lang po, nag-i-hiring tayo online. Hindi na ho, na wala hong human manipulation, walang intervention kasi nga ho, hindi alam kung sino ang nakapasok. Dahil nga ho, at the comfort of their home, they can automatically apply. Hindi na ho sila pupunta sa region, hindi na ho sila nakikita kung sino ang mga aplikante. Hanggang ho sa umabot sa punto na kailangan na hong mag-post ang BFP kung sino yung talagang umabot sa stage. Doon ho nakita yung mga pangalan. No? Randomly, kumonta ko yung SFO1 natin. Kasi nga ho sa umpisa, hindi pa nila kilala kung sino yung aabot eh. Dahil nga system ang nag-generate. Ito din ho yung ipapakiusap namin sa civil service siguro na baka hanggang sa dulo ay either QR code or number lang yung makita para ho walang chance na pwede silang iinganyo na pwedeng magbayad or matulungan para pumasok. Yung nakarang buwan po, may nahuli din po tayo no, na isang FO3, I think FO3, sa Region 1 naman at nailabas na ho yung kanyang dismissal order. Hopefully ho, marami ang magsasabi na sila ay biktima para ho once and for all matigil natin. So ito hong ginagawa ng BFP ngayon upon the instructions of the Secretary is to eradicate yung interventions na pwedeng maingganyo yung aplikante natin in exchange doon sa kanyang chances na pwede siyang pumasok sa BFP pag magbayad lang po sila.
Follow up, sir, ilan yung may dismissal order aside doon sa nabanggit nyo kanina?
Sa ngayon po, ang alam ko ay yung nahuli sa Region 1, may dismissal order na sila. Ito naman hong kay SFO1 Hermosora at saka yung sa senior officer. Yung kay SFO1 po gumugulong na ho ang proseso administratively. Yung sa senior officers, nag-issue na po ako ng directive sa IAS natin to start conducting the investigation.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have another
Last
question.
one? Last one?
Yes, sir. From June Boneracion
Last
of
one?
GMA.
June.
Sir, para magkaroon lang, meron din other matters pala yun. Anyway, sir, para magkaroon lang po kami ng idea kung gaano ka-grave yung situation, kung corruption ang pag-uusapan, you mentioned yung 200. Doon sa 200 po na yun, ilan po ba yung regional director?
We'll let you know. As of now, all regional directors are being investigated. All.
And while investigation is ongoing,
Hindi naman. Yung proven lang na may links ang siyang restricted quarters. But all regional directors are being investigated.
ganun kalaki ang problema?
Ganon kalaki ang problema.
Gaano ba kalaki ang perang pinag-uusapan natin? Kasi obviously,
It's a 15 billion a year industry.
kung pag-uusapan lang po natin sec yung slots for sale, gaano kalaki ang pera pinag-uusapan? Kasi obviously, ang dami na kinabang, kaya hirap matigil.
Yes.
Meron po ba kayong estimate na?
Ang lowest na narinig namin ay 100,000, ang highest ay 800,000 para makapasok ng BFP. Between 100 and 800,000.
Under your watch, kaya ba?
Kaya. Within 6 months, lilinisin namin lahat yan. As I promised you before, na ginawa natin sa PNP, tinanggal na natin lahat ng sindikato. Within BFP, matatanggal ko rin lahat ng mga sindikato to.
6 na buwan, second.
Ha?
6 na buwan.
Yes, end of the year, I think we should be conclusive about this. I will not leave the SILG as SILG until I clean this up. Ang number one goal ko kasi dito is to strengthen the institution of the DILG. It used to be very weak. It used to be very porous. In every corner of sa bawat kanto, sa bawat sulok ng DILG, may corruption dati. Umpisahan mo sa police, umpisahan mo sa fire, umpisahan mo sa BJNP, lahat yan. Pero nung pumasok ako, I had only one mission in mind. Clean and strengthen. Clean and strengthen. Ayun lang.
Does it follow na kung in-investigate lahat ng regional directors? Relieve na ba yung mga yun?
Hindi. Ano investigation lang. Kailangan lang may takot sa Diyos lahat ng tao eh. Di ba? Akala nila libre na lahat to eh. Lahat yan. Lahat sila are being investigated. Present and former, pati former regional directors. Okay? Other matters? Tsaka yung security. Circumstance doon is that ang last check ng bag ay sa entrance ng building. In this case, hindi siya pumasok sa entrance ng building. Yung bata pumasok sa fire escape, sa emergency escape. Pero itong security guard, dinaanan lang. Pero it wasn't his duty to check the bags. Then, I'm not exonerating him. Sinasabi ko lang ang circumstances around that. Okay? Hindi namin pwedeng sabihin yan. These are matters that these are matters that should be kept within the organization because it might encourage others to copycat what he did.
Any
Sir?
other question?
Sir, Jas Paredes po, One News and News 5. Sir, tanong ko lang, balikan ko lang yung ating recommendation po doon sa policies natin regarding loose firearms. Na-mention niyo po, sir, na mag-allocate tayo ng budget, proposal for budget. And dagdag ko na rin, sir, yung proposal natin na kapag may firearm isang tao is dapat may access sa kanyang bahay. Pwede po ba nating i-expound yun?
Yes. Number one, 98% of crimes are committed with loose firearms. 98%. Okay? So, it only goes to show, logically, the Robin Padilla law should be repealed. Kung 98% of the crimes are created by loose firearms. So that's number one. Number two, the right, the privilege to own a firearm, to own and possess a firearm, is a privilege again. It is not a right. It is not enshrined in our Constitution. However, the Supreme Court gave a ruling before that it is intrusive upon the nature of the police to search the homes of gun owners. I will appeal that ruling. It will not be done by a search warrant, but rather they should sign a waiver that at any time in 1 day's notice, pwede na silang i-inspect. We do not mean to catch them as criminals. We just want to make sure that their safekeeping of firearms are done in the proper way, na may facility sila. Ganito yan eh. Yung nahuli na tita, na security na police officer na bumaril sa Tacloban, iniwan niya lang doon sa table. Itong nahuli sa Zamboanga, iniwan niya lang sa kotse. What we need is the responsibility of the gun owners to secure their firearms. Ayun lang hingi namin. We will bring it up with Congress and we will take it up with the Supreme Court to test kung pwede namin gawin on a notice. Basta may notice lang kami. We do not think they are criminals. We just think they should be responsible.
On another topic, sir, yung proposal po natin na i-transfer ang BJMP sa DOJ to combine BJMP and Bucor under one department. Ano pong rason bakit po natin ito pinapropose, sir?
Kasi it only makes sense na iisa na lang ang correctional facility natin. Yung dalawang yan, iiba karpeta nila. Yung iba, nare-release na maaga, iba nade-delay. Dahil ang record keeping nila magkakaiba. Minsan may cross, may cross cases yan na hindi sila shared information. So ang correction should only be in one department, doon lang sa Bucor. Ayun ang proposal namin, under the Department of Justice.
Thank you, Ms. Jazel. Marlene Padiernos.
Huli na yan, ha? Oh.
Sir, isa lang, clarification lang dun sa sinasabi mong waiver. Ibig ba sabihin, pag, kunwari ako bago mag-a-apply ng LTAP, may waiver na doon na pipirmahan na I am papayag na
Pag ikaw, hindi ka bibigyan ng LTAP, sigurado. Hindi, pero lahat, i-require na namin na lahat ay magbigay ng waiver na pwede namin inspect ang kanilang safekeeping facilities para sa firearms. Actually, this is for the good of the gun owners too eh. Yung mga anak nila, dapat walang access sa baril yan. Dapat naka-lock and key. Dapat may minimum set of standards para sa kanila yan. So it is for them too, not only for us.
Okay. Thank you, Sir Ryan. Marlene Padiernos,
Last?
DZMM.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Sir, kumustahin ko lang po, doon nakaraan na ba nanawagan kayo sa Congress para mag-implement po ng mas mahigpit na batas para po dun sa magpapayan gun owner, at the same time para po ma-regulate yung paggamit ng minors sa social media. Anong update dun, sir? Meron na bang talks?
It's in Congress now. We gave our opinion. Dapat 14 years and below ay restricted na ang use of the internet. But it is not our call eh. Congress na lang yan. So it was taken up yesterday during the budget hearing, and they were in support of it. But we will see how the legal process goes, how the process of the lawmakers do that will result in this.
Sir, yung NBI at ang PNP, may iniimbestigan po sila about the online groomers na tinatawag, na grupo daw po ng mga nanghihikayat doon sa mga minors na gumawa ng karahasan. Ano ho ang...
Ano yan eh, nakikita mo yun sa Roblox, may chat group sa tabi. Yung chat group na yan, marami naghihikayat. The language they use are criminal in nature, inciting the teenagers to violence. Kaya gusto namin i-ban na yung mga ganyang klaseng games.
Gaano kalawak, sir, yung nakikita natin mga nasa likod ng online groomers na group?
We have no idea, but the Roblox games are played by millions of teenagers here in the Philippines. So that should be stopped.
Sa Roblox lang yan, sir, or pati
Sa Roblox namin nakita ang extremist conversations. Doon namin nakikita. Pero yung sa ibang first-person shooters na game, hindi pa namin nakikita as extensive as what you see in Roblox. At saka international yan, international ang scale ng groomers na nangyayari dito.
Pero may mga Pinoy po na...
Meron din.
Last question, sir, from Inquirer.
Okay.
Jason Sigales.
Good morning, Sec. Sec, the past 2 days, nagkaroon po ng threats to San Beda College, Alabang, and then LaSalle Green Hills sa Mandaluyong. Yung Mandaluyong City Police told reporters...
Meron pa isa kahapon sa UP Diliman.
Yung with these threats becoming more prevalent among schools, even private schools, ano po yung mga hakbang na ginagawa ng DILG and ng PNP when it comes sa pag-coordinate po? Not just with the DepEd, but even with yung private institutions.
Well, number one, meron yung mga private schools may security guards, so mandatory na buksan ng bag. Yung mga public schools, may police presence kami sa labas ng mga eskwelahan at meron kami mga barangay tanod na ilalagay sa loob para i-check yung mga bags nila. So, as of now, ganun yan. Pero nasa plano na namin ni General Nartates na gagawa na kami ng quick reaction force in all regions, in all cities to deal with these kinds of emergencies. That is why gun control is very important. I cannot stress it enough na kailangan ayusin ang batas ukol sa pag-aari ng baril at sa paghuli ng mga illegal na baril. Okay? Thank you very much. Good morning to all of you.
Thank you, sir. That concludes today's press briefing of the Secretary of the Interior and Local Government, Juanito Victor C. Remulla. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat.